Hi guys, it's Tara with Gaia Tarot 13, and this is your Angel Oracle forecast for the year of 2016. I will pull one card from the Healing with the Angel Oracle card deck by Doreen Virtue for each month of the year. And then I was going to do an overview card as well, but in doing that, I got guided to do the overview card with the Archangel Michael card. So that one is going to be just for the overview, but the monthlies will be with the Healing with the Angel Oracle card deck. So let's get going here. All right. January, we have support. Let me get it up here. Support. You are loved and supported by your angels. Well, you're loved and supported all the time, but that's the message for January. By your angels, by your family. If you feel in January like you have to go through it alone, know that you're not alone. Whatever you're going through, whatever you've got going on, you have support. We don't always know that we have support. Sometimes we can feel very alone, especially if you are not close with your family, or if you are generally, if you perceive yourself as alone in the world. It's really hard to believe that you're supported. But the message for January is to know that you are loved and supported by so many more people than you think you are, including the angels and including, all those other dimensional beings that are around us at all times that you may not realize are there. For February, truth and integrity comes up. That feels to me like be authentic. Be authentic. That's your truth and your integrity. Speak your truth, no matter who is challenging it, no matter what is going on. Make sure, and I can feel it in my heart chakra, make sure to stay true to yourself and your values. Don't let someone challenge you. Don't let someone bully you. Stay in your own place, in your own truth. And if that means that people aren't going to believe you or people aren't going to go along with it, then whatever. You have to live your life. We're all having our own individual experiences, and you have to live your life in a way that's true to you. Keep that in mind for February. March. Signs. Let me get that out of the light here. Signs. So, keep your eyes open. The angels are all around you. There are fourth and fifth and higher dimensional beings around us at all times, and they communicate with us through signs. So, however that is to you, if you see a certain number all the time, or if it can be a literal sign, if you're driving down the highway or something and you're thinking something and you see a billboard and it kind of like goes along with what you were thinking or confirms, or even like just says like, hey, don't do that, gives you that feeling. Those are signs. Those are ways that other dimensional beings can communicate with us in ways that we can understand. And if you do have, a lot of people have repeating numbers, which is why that's the first one that I mentioned. If you do see repeating numbers or a certain sequence of numbers, or if something happens on the same day every year, and I don't mean like Christmas, I mean like if something happens personal to you and you find out something or have experiences on, like, it's always the same day. It doesn't have to be the same day every year, but like, oh, June 30th, I, got my SAT score, and then a couple years later, June 30th is when I graduated from college, and you know what I mean? Like, things like that were one day. And so you might want to look into, what 6/30 might mean for you, or 0630. That's just an example. So however that is in your own life, and there's a ton of websites that talk about numerology and what sequential numbers mean, or what individual numbers mean. So pay attention in March to what ways the universe and the angels are speaking to you. Pay attention to the signs and how they are personal and individualized for you. April, children. This could be, of course, literal children. It could be inner child. If you don't have children, if you're not interested in having children, it's more for your inner child. Focus on that. Pay attention to getting back to playfulness and fun and that innocence that children have. If it does have to do with actual children, if you have actual children in your life, watch them and observe them and try to emulate or replicate their behavior to a normal extent. But just try to get back in touch with that childlike sense that we all have inside of us. May, we have harmony. I love this card. I love the orange in this card. Let me put it a little bit closer. Look at that. Know that the universe is working for you. That's what this tells me. This is someone playing the violin out in the forest in nighttime. It's just very calming and peaceful. It indicates the flow of the universe. Everything is working in your behalf. Everything in the universe is exactly how it's supposed to be, and it's all working in harmony with itself, and that includes you. That includes the experiences that you have going on in your life, and it's so hard. It's so hard when you have something that you think is negative, or that would generally be perceived as negative, going on in your life, how you can look at it like, I know that this is for the greater good. That's so hard to do. But know that everything is in harmony with the universe. Things happen the way they're supposed to, and that's a huge, huge message for May. Everything is going the way it's supposed to go. June, forgiveness. What do you have going on in your life that needs forgiveness? Who do you need to forgive? This could be something, of course, that just came up in a prior month of this year. It could be something a little more deeply rooted. If you haven't associated with someone you were really close to, a friend or a family member, if you haven't talked to them for years because of a conflict, that could be this as well. But it's also very much about forgiveness of yourself. We treat ourselves more harshly than we would treat anyone else. We are our hardest critics, and we kind of say that as a society and blow it off. Oh yeah, I know I'm hard on myself, whatever. Why would you say things to yourself that you would never say to another person? Or if you heard someone say to another person, you would yell at them and say like, hey, it's not okay to say that. So why do you put that self-talk? Why do you reinforce negative thinking to yourself? And often we do it about little things, like, oh, I'm so stupid, I forgot to stop by the grocery store. Things like that. Like, so what? So you forgot to stop by the grocery store. Like, it's not the end of the world. All right. Forgive yourself for that. Move forward. Don't beat yourself up about something small like that. Don't beat yourself up about large things either, because beating yourself up doesn't do anyone any good ever, but certainly not about small things. That's what the message is here for June. Make sure that you are remembering to forgive yourself for whatever things you need to forgive yourself for. July, healing. That's a perfect message for coming right after June, because these two go hand in hand. Once you can forgive yourself, you can heal. That's how we move forward. We acknowledge that We aren't the person that we were. We aren't defined by our actions or our circumstances or whatever has happened in the past. We forgive ourselves for it, and then we heal. So we move forward. That's a wonderful card. It's a wonderful card. July is going to be all about healing for us. Once that healing has occurred, August, we have romance. There's this old thought of till you learn to love yourself, you can't love anyone else. That's true. I know some people aren't going to try and agree with me, but that's absolutely right. Because if you can't recognize forgiveness and love and all the good things about yourself, you can't see that in someone else. You can't love them for who they are. You can love them for things about them. You can love them for he has a good job, he's really smart, whatever gender. You can love them for their traits, but if you don't love your soul, you can't love their soul. So as the months progress here, this is a huge message of healing through the summer. June, July, August, we've got forgiveness and healing and romance. So once you start to resolve all that stuff inside of you, you open the door to allow love to come in. That's great. Summer love on the schedule. September, freedom. Freedom. That's awesome. As we're entering into fall, we have done all that work, all that hard work over the summer, all that self-eval over the summer, and we are now feeling free, revived, reignited, ready to start anew, ready to go into the fall with a newfound sense of wonderment and joy and freedom entering into the world as this newly healed person, stronger. October. Trust. Trust in yourself. Trust in others. A lot of times we carry over baggage. I'm getting this too. Trust in this romance. Yeah. A lot of times we carry over baggage into relationships from prior relationships. And that is, it's understandable because we have been burned and we don't want to be burned again, but it's unfair. It's unfair on our current partner to hold things against them that they had nothing to do with. That's where this comes in. You need to trust. You need to let go of what's done and trust in what's new to come. Not just in relationships, in everything. Trust your partner, trust yourself. Definitely trust yourself, your instincts and your intuition. Have faith in the universe. Have faith in the angels giving you this message. Just take your walls down and don't be so guarded. And trust in what's coming to you. Trust in the messages. I'm also getting that association with this March, the signs. Some of you are going to question these signs. Don't challenge the universe. The universe does not like to be challenged. It gives you things, and then it's like, okay, yeah, I see that you gave me that, and it could be a sign, but I want this now, or else I don't believe. Then the universe is just going to be like, I don't believe. The universe doesn't just work on your command. You need to trust. You need to trust that everything's happening in divine timing. You need to trust the messages that come to you. You need to just have faith. All right, so now we are on to, I think that was October, right? That was October. We come on to November. Guardian Angel. This ties back to the trust card and the support card. You are loved. You have people around you, and you have your guardian angel around you. And you could get swept off. I'm pulling this card back up again. If you look at her, she is sitting with her head in her hands, and she's in this beautiful rose garden with this amazing water view behind her, and her angel's there, and she doesn't see it. She doesn't see it because she's focused so much on whatever negative thing she's got going on that she doesn't see the amazing beauty around her, and she doesn't see the love and support of her angel. Support. Message for January. She doesn't see the love and support. She just needs to lift her head up and see what is around her. I get the feeling that for some of you that's going to be going on in November. November, we start to get into holiday season, and it can be a very stressful time, but you just need to look up. You just need to look up. You need to trust the universe, trust the process, and know that you're loved and supported. December, body care. Body care. This makes so much sense for December. With the holidays, with everything that goes on in December, we are surrounded by food, right? And so we have a tendency to over or under indulge. And yes, underindulging at the holiday season, totally a thing. It is a thing because you've got all that food around you and you're like, I don't want to gain weight. I don't want to, I don't want to eat too much. I don't want to eat all this junk food. And so you just don't. And so you just cut it off. You can have some of that holiday food. Just don't do it in excess. So be mindful of body care. Now, I'm going to point out, this card says body care. It does not say body image. Okay? You are beautiful just the way you are, no matter what size you are. This is simply saying, be cognizant in the month of December to eat healthy. Eat healthy types of food, eat healthy quantities of food. You do not need to try and lose all sorts of weight for the holiday. You don't need to worry about, gaining a couple pounds. Just, it's not body image, it's body care. Just be healthy. Now, for the overview for the year, because we've got a lot of really self-development stuff going on this year, which is funny because I just had some of that for the tarot, a lot of that for the tarot reading as well. Okay, this one is sticking up at me. Prayer will help this situation. So whatever you've got going on, I'm going to read the bottom here in a second. Whatever you've got going on, know that you're loved, you're surrounded, you can call on the angels at any time, no matter what's going on in your life. I just felt an association with this card, with the healing in July. If you're having trouble healing your issues, call on Archangel Raphael. He's the healing angel. There's lots of angels that do lots of different things. You can Google them, and I might do a video at some point in the future on that, or maybe a blog. But for right now, the best way to do it is Google, and that's a lot of what I'm getting. A lot of you are you're going to need help with this healing in July. Call on Archangel Raphael, call on angels all around you for help in this situation. I said I'm going to read the prayer. It is, Dear God and Archangel Michael, and anyone else to whom you pray, such as Jesus, that's just in parents, you just call on whoever you pray to. I ask for your divine intervention, and then talk about your situation. I welcome your help, and I trust and follow your guidance with gratitude and grace. I need a miracle and ask that you send one to me and this situation quickly. Thank you, and amen. Wonderful. So wonderful overall for the year. I honestly can't think of anything better. A better message for the whole year than, hey, remember we're here. That's what the message is. we've got all these things going on throughout the year, all these different things you need to work on every month, or different messages from the angels every month, with the overarching message of like, while you're doing all this, remember that we're here and you can call on us. What an amazing message. What an amazing year. I'm really excited for the year ahead. It's going to be hard. There's going to be a lot of work to do, but no one ever said life was easy, right? Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for liking and sharing and subscribing to my YouTube page. If you want to get a personal reading with me, the only way to do so is through my website, which is GaiaTarot13.com. Also, be sure to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, where I pull a daily tarot card and angel card every day, reading the energy for that day. Thanks, guys. It's going to be a great year.